Hello and welcome back. This time it looks like we're sketching a graph. So let's read the question. Here it says sketch the graph of y(x minus 3x plus 1 equals 0, state its domain and range. Hint, first transpose the equation to make y the subject. Alrighty, let's give that a go. Y(x minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. What can I do here? Maybe I'll factorize those x's. X y minus 3 plus 1 equals 0. I'll take the 1 over to the other side. That seems like an easy step. X y minus 3 equals negative 1. I can take the x over. Y minus 3 equals negative 1 on x. And finally, I'll get rid of that negative 3 by adding it to the other side. Alrighty, great. Now we've got our equation. Let's think back at the general equation of an asymptote. That's just y equals a over x minus h plus k. So from this, hopefully we can identify that a equals negative 1, h equals 0, and k equals 3. So if we draw a perfect set of axes, yep, 100%, perfect. We've got k equals 3, that's y equals 3, so that'll be up here. And that is going to be an asymptote. And then we have h equals 0, so that's just this vertical asymptote. So all along the y-axis here, the function cannot cross. What else do we know? We know that a is negative 1, so it's a reflection. So normally, hyperbola will be in the top right and in the bottom left. But because we've got this reflection, this negative 1, really it will be in this quadrant of the asymptotes and this quadrant of the asymptotes. So you can see here we've got some kind of x-intercept on our x-axis. We clearly don't have a y-intercept because the vertical asymptote is all along the y-axis, so the function cannot cross over. So let's calculate that x-intercept. So if we want to get an x-intercept, that would be letting y equals 0. So let's try that out. 0 equals negative 1 on x plus 3. Let's get that positive 3 to the other side of the negative 3, minus 1 on x. Multiply both sides by x. Negative 3, x equals negative 1. And I'll just finish that up here. X equals 1/3, because negative 1 divided by negative 3 is a positive. So this value here is 1/3. And now we're done. We probably don't want these orange lines here. They're a little bit confusing. So let's get rid of them, just because our final solution should just be looking like that. And that is a very nice looking sketch of y(x minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. And let's add one more thing to our graph. We can add the equation. We can say that this is y equals negative 1 on x plus 3. Or you could state also y(x minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. Both would be fine because both functions describe this curve, or this hyperbola, I should say. All right, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.